we are. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 27th of August. So the big picture, or the big focus of today is the Jackson Hole Summit. Where to and what's going to happen is anyone's guess today. We did see yesterday the minutes of the ECB meetings coming out, and it's sort of brushed aside nicely under the carpet there, where no one's really looking too much because the focus being so much on the sentiment. But I'm surprised the market didn't react a bit more, as the ECB effectively are doing their best just to not do any changes or any tapering for some time to come, and that's basically it. There was a bit of an argument over it, but it seems, or discussion, but either way it looks like it's going to be a bit of time before we see anything happening from the ECB. Now why would that matter? Well, you'd expect the euro to fall back somewhat. We saw at least two speakers coming out yesterday talking both members of the Fed, both suggesting that tapering should happen fairly quickly starting this year, and be done with in the first quarter of next year. So it's quite aggressive sort of chat coming from there. Again, didn't have massive impact on the markets. It looks like it's all waiting for Fed Chair Powell to speak at 3 p.m. this afternoon. So that's the main thing. I think anything before then will probably be noise. We've seen some Australian data coming out here, quite disappointing, but it was expected to be disappointing anyway. I must just click on that just to see what happened there. Cover impact will go issue. Oh, it's an interim release. Okay, it's so bad that they've got interim releases. So there we are. Retail sales anyway coming out very low in Australia. Okay, so let's have a look at the technicals then, and looking at the euro first, and surprise the euro is pushing up, and I am a bit surprised with the fundamentals that's kicking here, but there we are. At the moment it's putting, forget everything else, forget the fundamentals, just look at the technicals. It has been putting higher lows coming through here. Yesterday pitched in, put a bit of sort of soft divergence, double divergence running through there, but not really reacting too much at this stage. And as I say, just push it from an hourly perspective. You can see with daily pivots on here, it's almost run from its S1 almost up to the R1, not far short of it anyway. But at the moment looking quite bullish as we start the day. The pound, there's no trade on that for me at the moment, I should say, and I will be struggling to probably trade before the news is out, but we'll see what happens. The pound, well, the pound yesterday, bearish engulfing bar there, quite negative bar, still erring more to the downside on the pound at the moment in terms of its shape. Really sold off there, but we're seeing a bounce again this morning, so we're just seeing the dollar being sold this morning. Looking at the shorter time frames, daily pivots above there, maybe that will provide some resistance. That daily pivot, we've got the 50 and 34 sitting just above that, again could provide a bit of resistance into the morning if it carries on pushing through, which it looks pretty much like it might do at the moment. Dolly Yen, well, Dolly Yen yesterday looked at one stage like it was going to go flying. I can't remember if it was pushing out when I was doing the recording in the morning, but it certainly looked like it was going to carry on flying. But at this stage, well, it's just consolidated again, and it's sitting in that good old consolidation pattern. Nothing much more to say on that. Wouldn't be looking to trade it on its own. It does make a good pairing at times. Aussie Dollar, well, data was pretty much expected, the low data, and it's come pretty much in line with the expectation, and again we're seeing dollar selling this morning, so it's sort of risk on picture across these markets here at this stage. Strong sort of shove up through from just after midnight there on the Aussie dollar, so again pushing up strongly through. So Whether we're going to see some big correction later, well, we'll see. But for now, well, Canadian dollar turning around a little bit here as well now on the dailies. Yesterday, strong up day in the end for the strong dollar day here yesterday, and it sort of outperformed it. As the Canadian dollar seemed like one of the weakest there at the moment, though it's gathering a bit of strength here. Still, in this big picture, trying to read what's it doing is not particularly clear. We've had the higher lows back here, and not massively clear on what's going on here. There was the divergence over the highs. We've seen some divergence here running in towards the daily pivot. As I say, not particularly clear. It could just carry on rolling south. The way it's moving at the moment, as I say, we're seeing this sort of risk back on, and traders chucking money in there. So that's how it looks at this stage. Let's have a look at actually, I'm going to just have a quick look at the S&Ps. I'll switch across to other markets at the moment. Just want to see it on the futures here. There we go. So the same picture here. Futures pushing up this morning and looking bullish at the moment in terms of this movement. Solid first, a couple of bars here pushing up, and it certainly seems as if nothing's happening today. If anything, I would expect it a bit flat, maybe a bit of risk off, but it's, as I say, it's very, at the moment, money running into the S&Ps, everything looking positive here. Let's look at the rest of the equity markets while I'm at it. Just switch across. So looking at the CSI 300 there, the Hong Kong market selling off yesterday. I say yesterday, the overlap day. Looking through the market this morning, the Asian session market there, well, it did push up a little bit. Still, to me, it looks bearish overall. This particular market looks rather soft. Looking further afield, as I say, the S&Ps then looking bullish this morning. Let's have a look. Nasdaq, same picture. Looking at futures there on 27th. Yep, just checking it right. Got the futures pricing coming through here, and even the Dow Jones pushing up there at the moment. Other European markets not open yet, but futures wise, there's still yesterday's pricing going on here. So let's just have a look and see if I've got Dax Futures. Yep, there's Dax Futures picking up this morning as well, and the CAC. It's yesterday's, so still yesterday's pricing running through there. So, but certainly from the DAX futures are pushing upwards there. So more positive markets on the equity markets at this stage. Now, how long for? Well, we'll see. Let's have a look at gold. So gold pushing up. It looks like it really is. Everything's just pushing positively this morning. As I say, risk back on into these markets, which, as I say, surprises me. But there we are. You've got a sort of bullish swing kicking in through on the dailies at the moment. That's what's partly way through. Solid movement back up to the highs of the earlier part of the week. There, Monday's highs at the moment on gold, and looking, well, just perhaps running into a bit of resistance here. My thoughts are, I wonder if this would just all stall a little bit in a short while as the cash, as the sort of European markets come into flow a little bit more. Are these going to stall and money take a bit more of a conservative role? But at this stage, it's all, as I say, risk back on, and trading, as it seems, as pretty much as normal, which is a surprising factor given the Jackson Hole summit later. So there we go. Oil again shoving up this morning. As we can see, it's okay. If bull flag, that sort of looks all okay, and at this stage, pushing up back into yesterday's highs there. So looks like it might still have some more, but I do wonder if they will all slow up at some point this morning. Right, and turn round and then move quite quickly. But that's just my thoughts in terms of these markets. I just feel that somehow it's all a bit too buoyant just before a major speech. But maybe markets know something significantly more than I do. Right, and quite possibly. Let's just have a look at the cryptos. Finish off with. Let's just pull back. Let's have a look at the crypto markets. See where we're going with those. Bitcoin then. So, well, this morning, not quite so buoyant on the crypto side of things at the moment, but these could all stand to gain if we see this continue throughout the day. They may just also continue to bounce back. As I said yesterday, really a point of consolidation, sitting. We're always sitting in a point of consolidation here. At some stage, I'd be potentially looking at a break of those highs. They sort of, it's shaping up quite decently. It's just a consolidation phase, and Ripple looking a little bit softer, but as it often does at this stage. But Bitcoin and more so Ethereum, as I say, this consolidation, high lows, high highs, still running through these markets. They do look quite bullish. Of course, something significant were to happen, Jackson Hole, these may also see quite some reaction. Right, that's it for me. I'm going to wish you a great day. Let's just check nothing's there. Nope. I'm going to wish you a great day, and I will catch you on Tuesday. Remember, it's Bank Holiday Monday. Hurrah. Have a great one. Bye for now.